everyone, Vidette Mayor here. I wanted to do a quick video about something I think is really important to share, and something that I actually took myself through this afternoon around a limitation that was showing up for my husband and I. And this is a really great tool to use that I call wormholing when you're stuck in between a limitation. So with all of us working through a lot of different densities and working through these emotional bits that may be getting in our way of living a more expressed version of some part of our life, we sometimes can get caught up in the limitation. So I'm going to give you an example of what this looked like for me so I can help you work through what wormholing is and how it's such an amazing tool when we remember it. So my husband and I are in Europe, and we're ready to kind of move on to the next place. And we were crossing a lot of limitations on getting to where we wanted to get to because of, global stuff. And yet we have traveled enough where we know that there's always a wormhole. So, and yet this place that we wanted to go to is really exciting to us. So we were getting really frustrated yesterday and getting frustrated in the limitation, and then we started going down the rabbit hole of being angry at the deception and the manipulation that's stopping people from living their lives, and going down the rabbit hole and perpetuating the limitation because of the frequency and the vibration that we were going. We were circling in frustration, which took me a minute, but finally I got to the point where I was like, wait a minute, this is not going to get us to the solution. So I said, I'm gonna go into the bedroom, and took my journal, and I decided to wormhole. So what wormholing is when you're faced with a limitation and you sit and you write out the limitation. So in that moment, the limitation is we have this certain restriction that based on one website we were looking at, we saw the limitation and then decided, we can't go to that particular country, and we went down the rabbit hole. And by perpetuating that limitation, we were just staying stuck in the problem. But wormholing then is when you take that, you remember, you come into awareness of where you are. And when I got my journal out, I wrote out the opposite. Everything has an equal and opposite expression, right? So I wrote out the equal and opposite expression of the limitation. So what that looked like was, we find all the different possibilities of entering this country that we don't know about yet. Because what we know for sure at this point, there is always a way. And so far the way has not been illegal, it hasn't been, breaking any rules. It's just simply been a different way, a different perspective that we had to look at. So, and from there, I wrote in all the different ways in which we could possibly find a similar solution than we had before. And so I just wrote all the different possibilities. What happens with wormholing is it takes you out of the limitation, out of the problem, wormholes you into a different perspective, a different way, a quicker way to the solution. It starts to formulate the solution even though your conscious mind can't come up with the solution yet. So in that journal entry, I didn't come up with the solution at that point. I simply just got me into a different frequency of possibility. And then I came out and I said, honey, I know that there's a way. Look at all the ways that we've gotten around so far. We've always found a way. We've always found just something that we didn't see at first. And we've been able to travel thousands of miles in 4 different countries. So we know there's possibilities. Literally this morning, we went for our normal walk. We were sitting drinking some hot cocoa at a bakery that we love here. And sure enough, he got on a website. He goes, babe, look at this, read this. And it was exactly what we needed. It was the wormhole. It was the way to get into the country that allows us, it's more work, it's more work because we have to get around some other things, but it's still the way in which we can do this and still stay in integrity, still stay truthful to our integrity, but not have to play in the games of manipulation that look like are the limitation that we were looking at yesterday. So for you, as you're working through densities, there might seem like limitations. Like I want to get rid of this. I want to shed this. I have this grief, but I around my job. But I want a new job. But all the reasons why you can't get a new job, or why it might be hard right now, or all the reasons we come up with to not actually make a change in our life. If you start the wormholing process, you will find the wormholing solution in the physical form if you simply shift the perspective. Wormholing starts to do that. It just shifts your perspective by 1 degree that allows you to see a completely different viewpoint. So try it for any limitations that you have. Write down the limitation so you can see it literally in your handwriting. You can see the limitation beyond what you're formulating in your mind. And then put an arrow, wormhole it to the equal and opposite expression. I find a job that is absolutely perfect for me. It opens up, I didn't even see it, it surprised me, it came across my consciousness, it came across my journey in life. It was offered to me, it was shown to me, it was just mentioned by a friend. All the possibilities that could possibly happen, and then go beyond even that, even the ones where you're like, oh, that would be kind of crazy, I don't know if my mind believes it. Go there and put that possibility down, because the more you expand into places where your mind can't go, it means you're expanding your mind's awareness. And when you expand the awareness of your mind, that leaves that space for something to come in and fill that space with the solution, with the possibility, with the wormhole that gets you from where you are into the higher expressed version of your limitation. It's a beautiful process, and don't allow your mind to talk you out of it. Just do it. Sit down. You don't have to do a whole journal page if you're one that says, I hate journaling. Just start with writing down the limitation, what's the equal and opposite expression, and allow that tuning in to that equal and opposite expression and tuning into that will perpetuate the solution coming into your awareness, rather than perpetuating staying in the limitation. Try wormholing. I'm telling you, it works. It just worked for us today. And if you knew where we were yesterday with how low we had gone into all the frustration around our limitation, it would be hilarious, because now we have the solution and we can now carry on with our journey. So try the wormholing process. It works. It's a beautiful one. And I want to share a little bit of Mukachev with you. It's a beautiful day here in Mukachev, Ukraine. And you can hear there's a street performer up here that I'm walking towards. And it's a good day. So thanks for sharing it with me. Talk to you soon. Mwah.